Good lord, what have I just subjected myself to? I just listened to the entirety of Roger Waters' Dark Side of the Moon redo, and it is an unmitigated pile of hot, smelly, disgusting garbage. I want to rid this demon from my memory as quickly as possible, so I'll try to keep this review brief. As I mentioned in my previous video regarding money, this entire album is the worst excesses of Roger Waters dialed up to 11. The music is slow, brooding, and played with zero energy. I can guarantee that Roger himself directed the musicians to play entirely in the pocket, so as not to overshadow, even for a single second, his philosophical message. All the instrumentation is really nothing praiseworthy, but I cannot stand the drums especially, which sound like they're played on the drum kit setting from a $20 keyboard from Walmart. No single thing gets a chance to shine or be in the spotlight for the entirety of the album, except for, unsurprisingly, Roger Waters himself. He is extremely upfront in the mix, growling, whispering, talking, and yes, even occasionally singing right into your ear canal. Again, it's all about that spoken word poetry. Anytime the musicians could sprinkle some life into the music, they don't. Roger steps in and starts yet another soliloquy. And what he keeps spouting doesn't add anything to the album's message. In fact, it takes a lot away from it. Allow me to explain. The original Dark Side of the Moon had themes of life, death, fears of traveling, anxiety, dealing with stresses of money, time wasted and lost, futility of war, and mental illness, among others. Having the songs deal with such universal themes of the human experience let listeners have endless conversations spanning decades about the album, and their own unique interpretations about what it means to them personally. Here on the redo, there aren't themes anymore. No, once a theme is obviously, repeatedly, and explicitly hammered into the head of the recipient, it loses its universal appeal, its open-ended quality, and ceases to be a real theme anymore, and becomes a sermon, preaching specific worldviews into the listener. That is the power of a little thing called nuance, and it is completely lacking here. Roger Waters now has all the subtlety of a bull in a china shop. I really can't think of another rock album where a man has spoken so much, yet said so little. I reckon the only people who will be a fan of this new version will be people who are already die-hard Roger Waters fans. People who already align with his worldview, and who agree that the thematic message of an album should take first place above all. And the weight of that message is what the album should be judged by, not by the actual listenability or musical quality. I doubt anyone, other than those aforementioned fans, will ever want to listen to this record a second time. Hell, I regret even listening to it once. Now, I'd like to address some of the defenses I've heard for the new redo. 1. It's new, it's different, and that's a good thing. Having something new and different does not equal good. If I go to McDonald's and order a Big Mac, and they serve me a turd on a plate, hey, that's new and different, right? No, it all comes down to the execution. New and different could be a good thing, but the end result has to be good. Simply being new or different does not automatically make this a quality release worthy of my time. Do you really want new and different, but awesome too? Check out Easy Star All Stars Dub Side of the Moon, a reggae reimagining of Dark Side of the Moon. Not exactly new since it came out a while ago, but still, excellent stuff. 2. The original is still there. You can listen to it any time you want. Why do you have to bring this one down? Why, thank you for the reminder, Mr. Strawman. I certainly will do just that. But when Roger Waters decides to publicly release a new album to billions of people across multiple streaming platforms, he opens himself up to criticism of his new work. And I'm not about to give any free passes just because of their status as a veteran of rock music, or because he's a composer and lyricist of the original's record. so he can do whatever he wants with his songs, so that means he's above any type of critique. Like I said, it all comes down to the execution, and he completely fumbled it here. So I guess I'll go now and listen to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon for the 5,000th time. It'll be a better use of my time than to give this redo any second of attention more, which is already more than it deserves.